Hey guys, it's Ed. The future is now, and the future could be $900 a share for Tesla. I'm going to show you how I extrapolate that. But first thing I want to do is get into the technical analysis on current events, okay? So, first things first, there's a flag pattern forming. You can't really see it in the mountain view. So, I like to switch this to a filled candlestick view. Okay, that's first things first. So, now once the earnings came out, it popped the stock. Okay, and this usually drives it into this flag pattern. So you can see the bottom of the flag pattern here. You can take another one up here and the top of the flag pattern here. Okay, and you can see that flag right here. Plain as day. Again, this is like something that everyone should know, the flag pattern. This happens when the stock busts up. It doesn't really know what to do at this point. Nobody wants to sell it because it's on fire, and nobody really wants to buy it because it's too high. So that moves it sideways in this flag pattern. However, when it does break the flag pattern, which was right here, it shoots up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. Once it broke the flag pattern, it went from 320 to 350, which is $30 per share at that point. So we had shares purchased in at 240 when it broke, and then more shares at this level pushing up, okay, because of the flag pattern break. So basically we're in up here at about 90 shares. We're trying to add another 110 shares over the next 2 years, and I'm going to show you how that breaks down. But I wanted to show you this flag pattern because it's very common when earnings reports push up, and you can see what's kind of happening. So that can help you, with your strategies. Anyway, let's get to the fun part. Okay, how would we get to 900 a share price target? Well, first of all, we're at 350 right now. All these blocks in green, those are things that push the stock up. Shanghai is going into operation 2020. It's going to push up that stock. I put it in at about 100. I'm just ballparking again. I don't have to be precise here. We're just trying to ballpark and get ideas out. Model Y is going into production mid this year. So, and that's going to be earlier than recommended before, and that should push up about 50 or so. Gigafactory Berlin was just announced. Okay, last week when Elon was getting award for the golden steering wheel in Germany for the Model 3 being like the best car, that he announced that. And anyway, that factory should end up being built probably by 2021 if they can do the same type of production as the Shanghai. It could be a few months later or whatever, depending. Let's see. Oh, the semi-truck is supposed to be released this year, but I don't see that playing a big part over 2 years. That could push the stock up. Okay, that's commercial, so there could be a lot of demand for commercial. That could definitely push up the stock. Now, Gigafactory 5, which I thought before was going to be Australia or India. But I've totally changed my thesis on this. I think that it's actually going to be the USA. It's coming along with their timeline of the pickup truck. And the pickup truck's going to be released in 4 days from now. The actual Unveil is going to be, so we're going to see what this pickup truck's all about. But I expect that pickup truck, if it goes into production in 2022, they're going to need a factory in mid-America, which is where everyone buys trucks. They're going to need a factory in mid-America. So I'm changing my belief in that they're probably going to make Gigafactory 5 in the USA to produce the pickup truck, the semi-truck, the Model 3, and Model Y. It could be used to produce all of these, plus battery packs and whatnot. Anyway, so that's exciting, and the pickup truck definitely is going to move some things. Okay, so that should move the stock as well. And then we've got the robo-taxi network, where I'm being very conservative at $100 pushing this up. I think it's going to be a massive revenue source, so it could be $100, $200. So my price target ends up being about $900 by January 2023. That's what I put it at. It could be 1,000, could be 900. I mean, standard deviation is going to be somewhere, I would think it's going to be somewhere around that. And that's not including Tesla insurance or solar. Okay, I'm not counting those because they kind of move slowly over time. This isn't some humongous immediate boost to the stock. So I think that's something that'll add in, but I'm not factoring it in. Now, ARK investing, if anybody knows ARK, okay, they're investing in innovation. Okay, they're predicting 2,000 low end or 4,000 high end price target by 2025. that would be amazing. I'm all for them being correct here. That would be amazing if it was. But I'm not banking. I'm not counting everything on that concept. But they have billions of dollars. 10% of their entire portfolio is Tesla. That's a huge amount. And the only reason they're not higher than 10 is that's the highest they can go based on what they promise their investors. They won't go more than 10% on any one company. They actually sold before the earnings, and because they basically had to. And but anyway, so that's the deal on that. So let's see where we're at. Let's see, we're at 90 a share, started at 240. We want to add another 110 shares over the next 2 years. So that should average it in at about 500 per share. Okay, so anyway, that's how that gets valued at. So that would be valued at about 100. So if by 2023 I'm correct in the shares, or the value is at 900 per share, those 200 shares will be 180,000, or that would be a 90,000, 100% profit, or 33%. Over 3 years, 2020, 21, 22. So anyway, and if they are correct, if ARK is even remotely correct, those shares could be worth anywhere between 400 and 800,000. I'm not holding my breath on that again, but that would be pretty amazing. And anyway, so that's how I'm breaking down price targeting of something like a growth stock like this. Now, personally, we're also investing in actual cars. So my wife's mom, because basically without her, I probably wouldn't have any of this. Like, we wouldn't be talking here. We wouldn't be doing anything. She's definitely helped a lot with everything I do with my business and whatnot. And anyway, so she's going to get the first car in 2020, mid next year. We're planning on getting a standard Model 3 and dip our feet in the water there. Within a year or so, I'm looking to get the Model 3 Performance. Unless the Cyber pickup truck comes out and it's just off the chain ridiculous. If it is, then I may consider just ditching the Model 3 Performance and getting the Cybertruck, even though I've never driven a truck, never owned one. I've never really dealt with the pickup truck, but if it's like crazy futuristic, that would be pretty cool. I might switch my mindset on that. We'll see in 4 days. I might know basically in 4 days from now. So anyway, and then my son is graduating from high school by 2023, so that'd be a good graduation gift if we can get him a Model 3 by then, or potentially a Model Y or something like that. And if ARK is even close to correct on anything, I'm gonna be in a Roadster by 2025. That's no doubt. That would be a dream car. That's like my Lotus. My Lotus that I had before, Lotus Elise, which coincidentally was Elon Musk's first project, where he trying to retrofit a Lotus Elise and make it electric, and then he realized that just wasn't feasible, so he ditched that concept and knew they had to just design cars on their own. And people used to come up to me all the time and be like, "Oh my God, that car's like $100,000, $200,000 car." I'm like, and they were like, "Hey, this is a Tesla?" I'm like, "Tesla? What are you talking about?" I'm like, "No, this is a Lotus." Anyway, and now I get why people were always confusing the Lotus Elise, and it was black, of course. So it looks very similar. The initial Roadster looks very similar to the Lotus Elise. And that car was 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. But the Model 3 Performance is 0 to 60 in 3.2, 3.3 seconds. That's off the chain. That's awesome for performance. This would be the best performance car you can get for the price. So anyway, that's the breakdown of that. And I'm going to one last thing, I'm going straight to the website, okay? This would be the performance version. But anyway, let's go to build your car and see how super easy this is. So let's build my wife's car really quick. We'll go to the standard range. And what you want to do is take the include potential savings off and just put the standard range. It's 39,400, and then let's go to the next page. And then she wants to get red. Let's put down red for the color. That adds 2,000 more for red. And then we'll do probably the aero wheels, maybe not. Let's do the higher end wheels for 1,500. And then that car looks pretty sick. And then let's do the white interior. That car looks amazing in the white. I like the white over the black, but that's preference. And then let's say, and definitely have to add the full self-driving. Obviously, any car we get from Tesla is going to have the FSD full self-driving package, $7,000 option, because we're going to put these cars on the robo-taxi network in the future at some point, most likely. So we definitely have to have that built in now, rather than spending thousands more to buy it in the future potentially and have them retrofit or whatever. Anyway, not happening. So that puts the car at about $800 a month on a payment. Okay, our BMW i3s are 400, so we're gonna have to push 400 through to be able to push up higher into upgrade to this car. But anyway, that could be her car right there. So, and hopefully we'll be getting that one, 250 miles range, which is fine. We have like a 80-mile range, and she has no problem with that. This is like 3 times the range of the BMW i3. I mean, it's a joke. We charge it through the house every day. It's 100%. You don't have to worry about all that. It's still pretty quick. 5.3 is not super quick, but it's still gonna have some motion on it. It's still gonna move. Anyway, I hope you guys like this, and I hope that broke down a little bit about the current, Tesla analysis. Also, how I, do the growth part of a stock and like push a stock price and see what it could be at based on, what the company's doing. Okay, and last but not least, there's hopefully her car mid next year. Let's find out if it happens. Anyway, take care. Don't forget, put the like on it. Comment about anything. If you have any suggestions or any ideas, go for it. Comment on anything, and I'll get right back to you. All right? Take care. Have a great day.